Mike Pence responded once again to the indictment of Donald Trump on federal criminal charges in regard to his handling of classified documents and everything related to that. And even Mike Pence is having a hard time any longer calling this just political persecution. Now, he still says the DOJ is politicized and there's a two-tier justice system, but referring to it being between Republicans and Democrats, not the powerful and the not powerful and well-connected, but says he can't defend what's being alleged in this indictment, which how could you? The evidence is damning. The evidence is clear and presented effectively and just so hard to argue against. And so even Mike Pence, and I'll remind you of what he said last time he was asked about this before the indictment came down and was unsealed. But this is what he had to say.
My years on the International Relations Committee, and look, I had a chance to review the indictment over the weekend. And this indictment contains serious charges, and I cannot defend what is alleged. I will tell you, as not only as a former vice president, but also my son's a Marine. My son-in-law is a Navy lieutenant. I mean, the very prospect that what is alleged here took place, creating an opportunity where highly sensitive classified material could have fallen into the wrong hands, even inadvertently, that jeopardizes our national security. It puts at risk the men and women of our armed forces. And as I said, I can't defend what is alleged, but the former president has a right to his day in court. I know he's pled not guilty. And at the end of the day, though, Joe, as you suggested, I can't believe that politics didn't play some role here. We have seen the politicization.
I just, what was the talking point I wanted to get to? It's politicized. It's all politicized. The Biden administration did something wrong somehow, even though I just said I can't defend what's in the indictment. But also, he should have been indicted, but he shouldn't have, but he'll have his day in court. Who's saying he's not going to have his day in court? Obviously. You're agreeing with all the libs that you dislike. And let me remind you of his last response to this. Now, he's not agreeing on the politicization point, but he's agreeing on have your day in court, but we can't defend what's in the document at all. Take a look at this. This is from CNN Town Hall.
That kind of behavior. I mean, when I informed the Department of Justice that we had classified materials potentially in our home, they were at my home. The FBI was on my front doorstep the next day.
But isn't
and
the
what
difference...
we found out was that when Joe Biden apparently alerted the Department of Justice, 80 days later,
but sir,
they showed up at his office. That's not equal treatment under the law.
Sir,
and we've got to
I
end.
I understand you're talking...
Well, he immediately turned over the documents, sir.
About equal treatment. But the question is allegation that an investigation into obstruction, which you clearly did not do, if that is something that investigators...
Gosh, his breathing. Sorry, I'm really annoyed right now.
...see as possible, even enough potentially to indict the former president, do you think that should go forward?
Well, I would hope not. I really would, Dana. I mean, there's several reasons for that. Number one is I think it would be terribly divisive to the country. I mean, at a time when the American people are hurting, I mean to tell you, families are struggling right now with record inflation. We have a crisis at our border, the likes of which we've never seen.
Okay, and that means that Trump shouldn't be held accountable for putting our national defense at risk by handling these documents in the way that he did and obstructing an investigation and lying to federal authorities, things that other non-Trump people would absolutely be held accountable for legally. Non-powerful, well-connected, wealthy individuals would absolutely be locked up for doing the things that Trump did. So back then he said, we shouldn't have a situation in this country where a former president is getting locked up. Not locked up. He's getting indicted. We'll see if he gets locked up after the trial and all that. But that just would send a horrible message. Yeah, but see, the point is, Mike Pence, it would send a bad message if we didn't hold someone accountable just because they're a former president. It sends a bad message that he did the things he did, but now he should be held accountable for them. And I guess Mike Pence is coming around to that, even though he still will include the caveat of, but there is a two-tier justice system. Okay, Mike. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.